Have you ever wondered why your life is so good? Now, we really don't go through life thinking about how good things are. We tend to focus on the bad things or how our lives aren't really working out exactly like we'd planned. But really, most of us have it pretty good. I mean, chances are you're watching this video on your smartphone or on your tablet or on your desktop. You probably have like a car or a method of transportation. You probably have Netflix and a refrigerator. I mean, your life is really good. And the Bible says that every good thing is a gift from God. But here's the thing, the Bible also teaches another principle, and it's really what I want to talk about in this video. God has blessed you to bless other people. God has helped you. God has given you so much so that you can help others. And this is a principle that we see throughout the Bible, but it's established in Genesis chapter 12. Because in Genesis chapter 12, God calls Abraham. Now, Abraham was a nobody when God first chose him. But God decided that he was going to start his rescue plan, and he starts with Abraham. And he uses Abraham because Abraham is the great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, and that's not an accurate amount of greats, but he's the great-great-great-whatever-grandfather of Jesus. Because through Abraham, Jesus is going to be born, and Jesus, of course, is going to rescue the world. And so God chooses Abraham, and he says, Abraham, even though you don't know me, even though you've never done anything for me, here's what I'm going to do for you. I am going to bless you. I'm going to give you a lot of children and turn your heritage, your children, into a great nation. And he says, Abraham, I'm going to make your name great. And then look at what he says in verse 3. God says, I will bless those who bless you, and him who dishonors you I will curse. And in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed. In other words, God says, look, I'm going to do so much through you so that I can bless the whole world. And we know that ultimately, if you read the New Testament, that this is a promise of Jesus, that God is going to send Jesus who will be a blessing to the whole world because he's going to die on the cross for the sins of the world. But I want us to think about this in a different light, and that's this principle that God blesses Abraham and he blesses us so that we will be a blessing to others. And you know, that's what we see as we read on in the Abraham story. Over and over again, Abraham, although he's not a perfect guy, he is blessed by God. He's a wealthy man, he's a successful man, and he's blessed by God to bless other people. And that's the same truth for you. God has blessed you, God has helped you, God has given you so much so that you can help other people. Whether or not you're thinking of this in your relationship with God, you know, if you're a Christian, the Bible says God has made you a Christian. God has given you a relationship with him so that you can go and tell other people about him. God has given you this wonderful gift, a relationship with God, so that you can share it with other people. Or maybe you have a lot of money, you've got a lot of stuff. God has given you a lot of stuff so that you can help others who don't have as much as you do. God has given you relationships, maybe you're rich in relationships, so you can reach out to those who are on the margins of society and who are alienated, and you can incorporate them into your life. You know, God has blessed you so that you can bless other people. Christians should be the most selfless people in the world because we need to realize that everything we have, whether we think of that as our money or our friends, our family, our education, whatever it is, God has blessed us, not so that we can just hoard it for ourselves, but God has blessed you so that you can bless other people.